Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards is a bright and beautiful game that is just filled to the brim with cute characters and lovely levels. But similar to how a Scarfy might appear friendly at first, but reveals itself to be a horrific creature, Kirby 64 tricks the player into believing they are playing a wholesome fun adventure game, but in reality, Kirby 64 is a game filled with hidden horror. The first inkling of this hidden horror is found in the first world Popstar. The first 3 levels have you dealing with your friends and King Dedede, who have been corrupted by the dark matter enemies Rimuru, Rimura, and Rimuro. I always found it interesting that Waddle Dee turns into a Waddle Doo after being possessed. I played a lot of Kirby's Adventure as a kid, so I always saw Waddle Dees and Waddle Doos as separate enemy types. However, this game made it feel like Waddle Doos are just evil variants of Waddle Dees. But it seems more likely that since these dark matter enemies have a giant eye as the major focal point of their design, the developers wanted to transfer that design aspect to Waddle Dee, and turning him into a Waddle Doo seemed like the most obvious choice. Adeline, on the other hand, becomes an edgy artist. She gets this really creepy face and starts drawing enemies for Kirby to fight. She also draws this thing that needs to be censored. She ends the battle by drawing the dark matter boss from Kirby's Dream Land 3. We already know that dark matter has a part to play in the story from the intro cutscene, but this drawing cements dark matter's importance in Kirby 64. I feel this drawing provides great foreshadowing for Kirby 64's true final boss. King Dedede gets the worst out of the 3. After a pretty basic first phase, he starts to levitate in the air, similar to a ghost possession. The dark matter enemy tears open King Dedede's stomach in order to reveal itself and attack Kirby. The way the eye just busts out of Dedede is shocking. When you first play Crystal Shards, this moment is a little jarring when compared to the previous boss fights. Yes, the other possessions were unexpected, but their changes were either minimal, or in Waddle Dee's case, we're already familiar with Waddle Doo from past Kirby games, so his appearance is not out of the ordinary. But King Dedede's transformation dials the terror up a notch. This little portion of body horror seems a little creepy for a Kirby game. However, these beginning levels are a great way to introduce the player to the theme of hidden horror found in Kirby 64. Our friendly allies have a deep darkness inside of them that needs to be purged. This theme of hidden horror continues to be seen throughout the entire game. A great example of this hidden horror is displayed by Shiver Star. Shiver Star begins with a bright, friendly snow level, accompanied by some cheery winter music, but by the time you enter the last level of the world, you understand how horrific this planet actually is. A popular fan theory is that Shiver Star is a post-apocalyptic version of Earth, an Earth that has been completely destroyed by nuclear winter. Humans no longer inhabit the planet, and only machines remain. The machines continue to function and provide the service that they were programmed to, but with no humans to provide for, the machines have no purpose. They continue to slave away until they run out of energy or the planet is destroyed. It's believed that HRH, the world's boss, was programmed to defend the planet from outsiders, and the only reason it attacks Kirby is because that's what it was created to do. After Kirby has defeated the robot, there is no one else left to protect Shiver Star, so now there just remains an empty planet, filled with self-automating machines that have no one to protect them. When you look at Shiver Star through this lens, the planet becomes a perfect example for Kirby 64's hidden horror theme. A world that appears to be whimsical and vibrant at first, but actually hides a dark and depressing secret. The music for the 4th level of Shiver Star also greatly contrasts with its first level. The first level's theme is airy, vibrant, and fun, while the 4th level's theme is mechanical, dark, and industrial. The level theme does an excellent job of making you feel rushed and on edge. Most of the songs in Kirby 64 are cheerful and relaxing to hear, but there are also a few songs that make the player feel uncomfortable. The first song that personally makes me feel unsettled is the Ruins theme found in Rockstar. A haunting bell plays as you search through these lost ruins. The song makes you feel like you've been teleported into an ancient past. I think the reason I find this song unsettling is because it is nothing like we've heard up to that point. This theme sounds much more serious in tone compared to what we've heard before it. I think this theme does a good job demonstrating that there is more to Kirby 64 than just a cute fun platforming game. When the player finally reaches Ripple Star, the first level in the world is very similar to the first level back in Popstar. The level is straightforward and welcoming, but the second level shows the corruption that has taken over the planet, and the song that accompanies this level is pure chaos. The Ripple Star Catacombs theme is unlike any other song in the Kirby series. It is demented, dark, and it feels like your mind is swirling into insanity. Although this theme may feel out of place at first, once the player reaches the true final boss, everything clicks into place. This theme prepares the player for the horrors that await them at the end of the game. When you finish the game without collecting all the Crystal Shards, the Fairy Queen looks at Ribbon with malicious intent. Similar to how your friends were corrupted at the beginning of your adventure, the game ends with the player learning that the Fairy Queen has also been taken over. It's revealed that she is being possessed by the true final boss of Kirby 64, 02. A giant, white, biblically accurate angel that is the thing of nightmares. Its pulsing red eye bleeds when shot by Kirby's crystal gun, and it grows a thorn tail after you break its halo. I believe the thorn tail is a reference to Jesus' crown of thorns from the Bible due to 02's angelic design. 02 is the main reason why I made this video. This boss is such a drastic departure from the rest of the game, and it feels like something you would see from a psychological horror game. 02 is the true hidden horror lying in Kirby 64, and the entire game gets you prepared for this shocking reveal. The music, your friends being possessed, Shiverstar, all these elements have a secret side to them, and 02 is the secret side to Kirby 64, a boss that completely flips the game upside down in terms of tone, visuals, and gameplay. The player must use a power-up that they've never used before, and this causes the fight to feel alien. The scariest part about 02 is the face it makes at the beginning of the boss battle. It's a smiling, happy face that twists into a red bloodshot eyeball. This switch in its face displays the very essence of what Kirby 64 truly is, a happy, beautiful, cozy little game that hides its true horrific nature.